Hello YouTube, I'm weloveanimetoo, and I'm reposting my assegai cold steel spear review. And my warning about the cold steel warhammer. Apparently my other one didn't have audio thanks to my video editing program, which I used, I believe it was Windows Live. I don't remember what version, but I remember having a good version of Windows Live. That one wasn't it. Let's begin the review itself. As you'll notice here, I have a handmade sheath, because this one didn't come with a sheath. It's just duct tape, hot rod flame pattern. I actually used quite a bit of duct tape. Hell. Here's the roll I used, or what's left of it, rather. And here is about a fresh roll. It's close to being fresh. I've only used like a small piece of it to help build my cold steel warhammer, but I'll get to that later. Now, when I was actually trying to form the sheath for this, which I believe was a couple of days ago, I accidentally set my pointer finger on the sheath. Not on the sheath, but on the blade of the spear. I did come out myself open pretty good, bleeding for a while. I didn't have the tip well made of the sheath, so I was trying to like poke it through, which apparently is why I pretty much accidentally got myself. Of course, it is double-edged like all spear edges, or at least all spears I've seen. Not including ones I've seen in video games, you know, like Dead Rising. It did come with 2 screws. The lower one is the correct sort of screw. The higher one is a screw I happen to have around. I did have 2 of the originals, but I bent one of them on accident because I'm not that good at building shit. So I just sort of used a replacement screw I had laying around. You'll also notice that they're sticking out a bit. Even a guy my size and using a well-made metal hammer, I couldn't get them all the way in. I guess that means cold steel using a pretty good wood. I did get the long shaft one, so the shaft is about 6 feet tall. The head makes it go, I would say close to 7, if not 7. I'm a 6 foot tall man myself, so this thing is pretty well size adjusted for me. Thank you, Jordan the OK, for pointing out that my video didn't have sound. I thought that was only a fluke, my Green Day video, which I also hope to repost. I don't know jack about spears, I'll be honest. But according to Jordan the OK, or at least with his boar spear, if you stab it in, that little channel right there that you can see that piece of wood in, helps drain out the blood of the animal you're trying to fight and take down. And that you're basically hunting for. You guys get what I mean. Now, they don't show it on the websites or anything like that, but they actually have a piece of wood sticking out on that part of the blade. You're seeing this side, but this side has that piece of wood. It's part of the shaft. It doesn't really deteriorate its abilities any. It just doesn't make it look as cool as it could be on both sides. What else should I include? I did get this from the True Swords, and the shipping wasn't too bad. What else could I really mention? I mean, this thing is just balls out badass. My first spear. I think that's pretty much it for the review. Let's get some Tom Shigeti in. Or I believe Tom Shigeti, whatever. Oh yes, I almost forgot to mention. The reason I didn't get the other one besides the boar spear and the assegai is because it looks sort of wiry to me. The sambuju or something like that. I don't really know how to pronounce it. I don't have it here in front of me. Or looking at it here in front of me on my phone, which I'm currently using to record what you're saying. Yeah, let's get the card. Here's the box it came in. I've got a Stewie poster behind that. Right next to that is my knife scroll. I'm actually one-handed here because one hand's actually holding the camera, other one's holding the spare. I'm also standing on one leg so I can hold the box in place with my foot. You'll probably notice I'm shaking a bit. Oh, that went out of camera, but this thing's just beastly. Time for my warning about the cold steel Warhammer. Also, I'm gonna be pissed if this doesn't have sound again, because that means it's most likely YouTube fucking with me. And I really don't like being fucked with, as you can probably tell. Here I have the cold steel Warhammer. It's tinier than one would expect. It's actually shorter than one would expect. You don't have much for comparison, but I'm actually pretty up close. Let me get a comparison going here. Ow, ow, ow. I sort of have the screws out, that's why I was going ow, ow, ow. The reason some of the nails are sticking out is because I got too long of nails. They don't actually include any, but I'll get more to that part later. On my left you can see I have the cold steel Warhammer, and on my right, and on the right of the screen you can see I have my Ozark Trail machete. My Ozark Trail machete is 13 inches, so the fact that it measures up to almost half, if not more than half, of the cold steel Warhammer hopefully gives you an idea of its size. What else can I include? As I was saying before, they don't include any screws to go with it, they just assume you have the proper screws. The reason mine are sticking out is because I got inch long ones when really you could use half inch ones. If I actually got all these whole inch ones in all the way, it'll probably scrape against the other, it'll most likely scrape against the other lanchette. And we'll go right through the handle, which doesn't seem good to me. It's not that big a problem really. It gets the job done. I have this almost built. I plan to do an actual review on this later. The reason I have that tape there is to hold down chest in place while I use a hammer. I do hope to get some of these farther in than what you're seeing, at least a little farther at least. That will also go for the one that's holding in the head of the hammer, as you can see there. You can also see that there's some scrapes on my lanchettes, on this lanchette, on the other one, or at least not as many on the other one, nearly not as many. That's because I really suck with a hammer, and I probably hit my thumb a few thousand times trying to friggin' build this thing. I'm just not good at building shit, I'll be quite honest. This is feeling pretty solid the way it is right now. I just hope to get the last four lanchette nails in, then remove the tape, and I'll get some destruction tests with this thing, and of course I'll video it so you find people can see it. Videos to come are shit that's been pissing me off lately. It's just gonna be one compiled video of a whole bunch of different mini rants put together. In a future review, the SOG Fusion Heavy Use Jungle Primitive. A long story short for this review, or the upcoming review, is if you get one, or if you see one, buy it. Here it is out of its sheath. Just giving you a quick look of what it looks like. The handle, window breaker. Well, YouTube, that's pretty much it for this video. Revolution.